time for What's Burnin', presented by Bill Lacasse and SRG Financial Advisors.
Sorry to disappoint you for the second straight week, but it's Wild Will and Uncle Chris on What's Burnin' right here on Lake TV, presented by SRG Financial Advisors, home of the mile marker formula. And Chris, we've got a great show again this week. We're going to have Bill Lacasse and Jim Paisley come on and introduce their new podcast.
Yeah, they've got a new thing called TNT, right?
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Then, now, and tomorrow,
okay.
Finance and history and how it all kind of comes together. So we'll tell you about that this week. Also going to have a DJ theme. You're going to sit down and talk with DJ Kyle Miller.
A DJ thing is a big theme this week, right? Because I've got DJ Kyle. Most people around the lake have heard of Kyle, maybe even know who he is and stuff. So we'll get to know DJ Kyle a little bit better because he has decided to join us, do some more stuff here on Lake TV, which we're so excited about.
Super excited. So you'll start to see him not just this week, but more as we move forward. And then I sit down with DJ Jody Rhew.
Who's that?
He's known very well from his days at Coconuts, and then he was at High Tide and Encore as well over the last couple of years. But he's traveling, and he's the official Budweiser tailgate DJ for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Really?
And he's debuting his hit song, We Dem Chiefs, a single that he's hoping will catch popularity and go viral.
We Dem Chiefs.
Yeah, We Them Chiefs, but D-E-M, We Dem Chiefs. But it's catchy. You'll love it.
That's hip,
so
man.
We do that. And then, of course, Jenny Brinkman from Watchdog is going to be on to look at the results of the election and some of the stuff going on locally. So it's a great show, and it wouldn't be possible without our sponsors. Of course, I told you, SRG Financial Advisors, home of the mile marker formula. Of course, we got Colligan, Lake of the Ozarks, the official bottled water of Lake TV. And then you've also got our good friends at Our Veterinary, and we'll be out for another Furry Friends out at Ozarks Kat K9. And then Ozark Barge and Dock, believe it or not, still busy as ever out there. Winter months, they don't slow down. So an action-packed What's Burning right here on Lake TV after this.
While the financial services industry for years has focused on products, pricing, and performance, or things we refer to at SRG as the how, our focus for our clients has always been around their why. And without fail, over all these years, those whys have centered around family, occupation, and recreation. Think legacy issues, retirement, or achieving a work optional lifestyle, and checking off those important things on that recreational bucket list. Our foundational approach remains a focus on the things that matter most to our clients and the things that together we can control. And where those two things overlap, that's where we live and work every day. That's SRG Financial and the mile marker formula.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
It was a Saturday. Chris was a good dad. His water practices, not so much. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Culligan. Got a water pitcher for the fam. Pretty safe, huh?
Well, basic water pitchers are passable, whereas a Culligan reverse osmosis system can reduce lead, arsenic, pesticide runoff.
You realize these have filters?
Chris, pour it out.
It's not going fast enough. Just done with that.
When your water's right, so is your world. I wrote that!
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
And welcome back to Lake TV's What's Burnin'. We've got a special guest here with us on set. It's Jenny Wall with the Watchdog Report right now. And here's the Watchdog Report. So thank you for coming by. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
You bet. So what you do with this Watchdog Report is really pretty important for the community, I think, because you guys kind of keep an eye on what's going on in the community, especially, I think, with political things, right? And there's been so many weird political things happening lately. It's kind of good to know that somebody's keeping an eye on what's going on, right? So it's the Watchdog Report. How long have you been doing this?
We're getting ready to come out with our 3rd issue.
Okay.
So there was a version a year or so ago, and we set it aside for a while. And just a couple of us came together recently and said, you know, we missed that information. People enjoyed it so much and were asking about it. So just a couple of us came together and said, we're going to cut out all the politics, if you will,
right,
of a group, putting
that.
it together, and just we go to the commission meetings, we keep up with local things, and it's a lot about the county government. It also covers state issues. We have very little about the federal government. We figure that's known, you know, from other sources. But the availability to go to sit in these county commission meetings is valuable.
Oh, yeah, because most people don't have the time or the energy to go do that.
They really don't.
Yeah.
And so we were looking for, so we, in that version, that issue right there, that was our, which one is that? That's the September.
Yeah.
The October was basically a voter guide for yesterday's election.
So you do one a month, is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
We try to. We print according to how many donations we have for the number that we print.
Right.
And we put them out around the county. You usually find them at the Office Pub over off HH and Rusty Rooster. And we put them at Stokes Dock Company, there by the State College. There's always a stack at Bryant Auction. Thank you very much, Mr. Bryant, and Skelton Key and Lock.
Yeah.
For those that don't know me, I was a very hard-working volunteer on Ike Skelton's campaign for presiding commissioner. So we were fully validated last night and enjoyed that victory celebration. So we're looking for So we were looking forward to January when we could become a more informational newspaper and less of a, oh my goodness, what are they up to now sort of scenario. We did articles before about school board things and other things, but right now the county has our full attention.
Right.
There's an article in the upcoming Watchdog about the Hancock Amendment and how it applied to the gas tax. That's our little piece that deals with a state issue, just to help people understand how our General Assembly works around the voters, which is sort of astonishing.
Yeah, it's kind of not the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. The last issue had a large article about why we should vote no on Amendment 3 to amend the Missouri Constitution, which apparently people didn't read enough Watchdogs, and they passed it. So much baggage in that. So in my time at the commissioner meetings, I became aware of this courthouse and annex renovation project.
Right, which is underway right now.
It's underway right now. According to a little bit of my background is probably a good thing right now. I spent 32 years at AT&T as a certified PMP project manager. I ran outside plant projects for most of those years. So I have a lot of experience with construction contracts and working with a battery of AT&T attorneys to draw up contract language to make sure that things are as they should be.
Sounds pretty exciting there.
It was a wonderful career. I enjoyed it very much. I'm enjoying retirement very much. But this happens to be an area of expertise for me. So when I became aware of the Verity project, I was, caught my attention. And sitting in a commission meeting, I became aware that they had brought in Brian Willey as a project coordinator to oversee the invoicing and work with Verity Group is the contractor to process the invoices. So I had a couple meetings with him. I spoke with James Gohagan and Don Williams. Don I'm a constituent. I live out in the west part of the county. And I was fairly surprised by a couple things. Number one, that this $4.7 million contract was awarded on a single bid. That's pretty unheard of.
There weren't several bids that they were looking at. They just threw the money in one spot.
They kind of did. They really did. And since then, I've become aware that it was put out as a request for quote instead of a request for proposal, which in the industry, everyone knows, and everyone who does this should be educated to know that a request for quote is when you have a standard scope of work, like 87,000 number 2 pencils. What's your price? And something as complex as this renovation should have been a request for proposal.
Right. Was that under the old regime of commissioners?
Yes.
I'm guessing so.
The ones that are in now.
Right.
That are in now. So Greg Hasty will be leaving at the end of the year, I guess. And he is the self-proclaimed construction expert. I spoke at a couple of meetings asking for status reports on the project. And I thought it would be a simple ask, right?
Yeah.
How much money have we paid on invoices? And what's the % complete of the work that's done? I mean, that is earned value analysis.
That's simple stuff.
Pretty simple stuff. The county refused to give me any of that information.
Interesting. Like maybe they're trying to hide something there.
Well, I suspect that they're upside down, that they've spent more than the work that's been accomplished. Now, Brian Willey, I think, is trying to do a good job with a bad contract. There's some glaring omissions, like no liquidated damages in the contract. And typically there would be a retainage clause where for each invoice we pay, we being the county would keep back 10% in escrow, so that at the end of the project, you have almost $500,000 to leverage the contractor to complete to an acceptable level before you pay them that last 10%. We don't have that. What we did pay was a 10% mobilization fee right off the top. So we wrote this huge check for $479,000, apparently, but I haven't seen the invoice yet.
That's crazy. All right.
So I sunshined all those documents.
We're running out of time, but you guys are trying to keep up with all of this in the Watchdog Report.
We are, and I would like to say too, you can email me at contact@WATCHDAWGREPORT.com. So Watchdog has an AW in it, and it's contact@watchdogreport.com. Get you on the email list.
Okay, greatness. Check it out. Good stuff. Thank you so much for all the hard work you guys are doing in the community.
Thank you.
You guys be sure to check out the Watchdog Report. So we are here on What's Burnin'. You know what's coming up next? Our furry friends. So we're going to find out about Chuck and Tiffany, our furry friends this week.
While the financial services industry for years has focused on products, pricing, and performance, or things we refer to at SRG as the how, our focus for our clients has always been around their why. And without fail, over all these years, those whys have centered around family, occupation, and recreation. Think legacy issues, retirement, or achieving a work-optional lifestyle, and checking off those important things on that recreational bucket list. Our foundational approach remains a focus on the things that matter most to our clients and the things that together we can control. And where those two things overlap, that's where we live and work every day. That's SRG Financial and the Mile Marker Formula.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
There's a new radio station at the lake, a radio station that's geared towards the community, a radio station where you can have a hand in what we do. Welcome to Key Radio, a community-based radio station that invites you to be a part of the solution. We encourage you to become a content creator, That's right, you provide the content. Listen in at 89.3 or online at keyradio.live. To find out more about becoming a content creator, call 573-280-0532.
Want to get to know local leaders better? Join Lake TV for the COMC Community Spotlight Show weekdays at 9:02 a.m., 3:02 and 7:02 p.m. Chris Schneider talks with local leaders to find out more about them and their organizations. It's the COMC Community Spotlight Show on Lake TV. Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
The nuts.
No. I'm glad you're recording. This is the fun part. How do you want to be? Can you figure it out? That's where you think you need to go. Do you want to sit on top of my head? Should we try that? Welcome to Furry Friends, brought to you by our veterinary. I'm Megan Albers. This is Mary Meow Me Tilly from Ozarks Kat K9, and we have 2 very adorable, soft, cuddly, biscuit-making kittens.
Yes, we do.
Who are these 2?
You have Chucky, and I have Tiffany. And they are brother and sister, about 18 weeks old. They've been with us since they were about 12 weeks old, getting all prepared, getting spayed and neutered, and all their vaccines and everything, and they're just now ready to go. They were born to an outdoor mama, and the lady was going after she had the babies and got them weaned and got the kittens into us. Then we work with her, help get the mama fixed. And it's so very important to get all those outdoor mamas fixed, because as cute as these guys are, there's just so many of them out there.
Yep. You're adorable, but there's a lot.
Yep. Little fuzzy babies.
Yes, and they truly are. They're really great. I mean, this one clearly is just trying to climb my frame, which I'm more than happy to let him do. But yeah, they're looking for a good home. Now, obviously, they don't necessarily have to go together.
No, we always like to see siblings go in pairs. Kittens do so much better in pairs. They're less destructive because they have each other to keep each other entertained and busy. So they often, we encourage people to adopt in pairs, but it's not required on these 2. Nope, don't chew on my mic. Please don't.
Yeah, the audio might not be super great on this one. They're very interested in just being as much up in our personal space as possible, which is great. So if you love a good cuddly cat that loves to just be all over you, one of these or both are perfect for you. Now it's getting into kind of the colder months, off season, fall, all of that. I imagine you probably see a little bit of an influx in the need for people coming to get food out of your food barn.
Definitely.
Yeah, and how are you doing with the stock there?
Right now, as of the moment that we are filming this right now, we are completely empty in our food barn. We are out of cat, we are out of dog. We need everything.
Yeah.
And I've already, this morning when we open at noon, and by 12:05, one person coming in and one on the phone. I've already had to turn 2 people away today and tell them, sorry, we don't have anything, check back with us in a couple of days, and hopefully something will roll in.
Yeah. How can people give? I know you've mentioned you can drop off food. I think you can also send food.
They can either drop off here at the shelter. We're open noon to 4, Monday through Saturday. If you happen to get here before the shelter opens, because the thrift store opens at 10, they can leave it out on the porch if nobody is in the office area. We have an Amazon wish list and a Chewy wish list, both which can be found on the website, links to those, and they both have
links to both the food that we feed here at the shelter, which is Purina Pro Plan, and then they have links to food that would be specified for out in the food barn.
Perfect. And you did, I think you guys take open food, correct?
We do, okay. Yeah. If you have an animal who has passed away or for whatever reason, maybe quit, just decided to be picky and doesn't like this food anymore, or maybe the vet just prescribed something new, we'll happily take open bags as long as they, don't have any critters in them or anything.
Yeah. No bonus mice.
Yeah. As long as they're not out of date and they're good and good and clear, then.
Yeah. All right. Well, I know there's an application process. How do people go about finding more info about these guys or applying?
Okay. You can either go on our website. On the homepage, there is a link to our adoption application that they can fill out online, or they can come in person and fill out a paper one here. A lot of people want to meet the animal before they, go through that process. We do not do same-day adoptions as a general rule. So if you do come in person and fill out the app, plan on having to make a trip back.
Yeah.
Because it generally takes us 24 to 48 hours to get that app processed. When people rent, we need to talk to their landlords, make sure they're allowed to have pets, and if there's any restrictions, maybe number-wise, or a lot of times with dogs, there's size restrictions, breed restrictions. Yeah. And then if you currently have pets, then we want to speak to your vet and make sure that you're taking good care of the pets you already have before you bring in any new ones.
Yep.
That's the two things that generally can take the longest on the application, especially landlords, because they don't always aren't always quick on the draw to call us back.
Yeah. They're busy. They have things to do.
They do. We're not their priority.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Totally understand that. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, you heard it, and you've seen the chaos that are these adorable, cuddly, fluffy kittens. So come on down to Ozarks Kat K9, and of course, donate food. That food barn is empty, and there's always people who need a little help with feeding their animals around this time of year. That does it for another edition of Furry Friends, brought to you by our veterinary. Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
While the financial services industry for years has focused on products, pricing, and performance, or things we refer to at SRG as the how, our focus for our clients has always been around their why. And without fail, over all these years, those whys have centered around family, occupation, and recreation. Think legacy issues, retirement, or achieving a work-optional lifestyle, and checking off those important things on that recreational bucket list. Our foundational approach remains a focus on the things that matter most to our clients and the things that together we can control. And where those two things overlap, that's where we live and work every day. That's SRG Financial and the Mile Marker Formula.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
There's a new radio station at the lake, a radio station that's geared towards the community, a radio station where you can have a hand in what we do. Welcome to Key Radio, a community-based radio station that invites you to be a part of the solution. We encourage you to become a content creator. That's right, you provide the content. Listen in at 89.3 or online at keyradio.live. To find out more about becoming a content creator, call 573-280-0532.
Back here on What's Burnin', and make sure you go out to Ozarks Kat K9 to see about adopting one of those little cats. Megan did a nice job. And as we welcome you back to friends of ours, two friends of the program, we got Professor Jim Paisley and SRG Financial Advisors Bill Lacasse. And guys, normally we bring you on to talk about something in particular, but we're going to go another gear today, because in a day and age filled with all kinds of media and misinformation and agendas, you guys are putting together and about to launch something that I'm really excited about. It's the TNT Then, Now, and Tomorrow podcast. And so, Bill, we'll start with you.
All right.
Tell us a little bit about TNT and how we got to this point.
Well, Jim and I have been doing odd and end things together off and on, and we've always said, every time we got finished, we always thought, we need to do something more on a regular basis. And we just kept talking about things that are happening in the big wide world. When you start looking at all of the different things that have happened in the last few years, and everybody seems astounded by what's happened. But the amazing thing is that if you will look backwards, you can kind of made up times that have happened in the past with things that are happening here in the future. And we very much believe in the idea that if you don't understand history, you're probably destined to repeat it. Yeah. And that it gets proven over and over and over again that is the case. So we thought, how can we get some of this information out in a fun, kind of educational but enjoyable, entertaining way, to where people accidentally learn something, by the enjoyment of watching. And we talked about this a little bit, and I bring to the table the idea of the finances and financial things. I love trivia questions. I've always said I know everything in the world that nobody really needs to know. So we're going to take some of that, some of the stuff there that goes around the financial part of things, and kind of do a little follow the money through history kind of thing. Does that make sense?
That's where Professor Jim Paisley comes in, because you got the money side, and so Professor Jim Paisley, no one loves history more than you, and so as he says, history does repeat itself. We've heard that throughout our lives, but we're seeing that today, and talk about how that's going to fit into your guys' new podcast.
Exactly. Like Bill said, we've done some things together, and one of the central themes we saw is that almost every show that I ever did tied back to the money somehow.
Right.
And we said, man, that's why we need to put our brains together on this. And I found that, after teaching college courses for almost 30 years, I learned from the students, not the other way around. And the listeners, that's what we're hoping from you as well, is that, it wasn't so much learning names and dates as much as it was learning the stories. And I think that's what we really want to do, is we want to tell you the stories. And, we've talked about things together about like the industrial age and progressivism, the administrative state, economics, you name it. And in every case, we have so much in common that we can talk about. We want to bring that to our listeners. And, some things in the past worked, some of them dismal failures.
Yeah.
But that's the big thing, is we think it'll be a great way to share with you all some of the stories. He's got tons of stories. I have tons of stories. And we're really looking forward to launching this.
And so I want to ask is, when you guys are going to be, I know you guys have been putting a lot of work into this. That's one thing I love, is in a day and age where people like to do podcasts, you guys have not just started this. This has had a lot of intentionality. You guys have invested a lot of your time and resources. So when can we start looking forward to seeing episodes of TNT?
Our goal is to be up and running by the first of the year. We have a couple of episodes in the can already, but we want to get kind of a backlog. One of the things that I bring along with the stories and the stuff we discuss is compliance.
Yeah.
I have to be compliant in everything that I say. So anytime that we do something, this is not a requirement for Jim, but it is for me. Anytime him and I have a conversation, just like this little talk we're having here, it has to go in front of my compliance board with my broker-dealer and make sure that it's okay. So that's one of the things that is keeping us from saying, yeah, let's turn on the switch today and make this happen. But we're going to expand this just a little bit as well. So our idea is that, we're going to do a weekly podcast, but we're eventually going to be doing this live someplace where we're going to have actual people be able to come and participate while we're having these conversations. And I got to tell you, I'm as excited about that as I am about doing the show.
I am as well. And you know, as a teaser, some of the things we'll be talking about are like, who was the first millionaire in the United States?
Right.
And, you know, what did he do to make his money? And we'll be talking about people like the Carnegies and the Rockefellers and so on and so forth. And we'll talk about, like I say, the progressive era. We'll talk about the times during the Great Depression and the inflation that took place then and how it pertains to today. So, yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. And those live audiences, I'm looking forward to that, because that's how I learn, is the questions from the audience are what really makes it fun.
And you guys are great at incorporating that kind of thing into the programming. I've seen some of the stuff you guys are working on. And like I said, today you turn on the TV, you turn on the computer. I mean, there's so much out there. Everyone seems to be an expert. But this is really wholesome, good content. And you guys aren't just pulling stuff out of your hat. I mean, Professor Paisley, you have been a college professor for, I don't want to date you, but I mean, you've been doing this a long time, and you've been in the financial world, Bill, for a long time, and you've seen all of the changes historically, and so you're going to bring this full circle and make it available, not just to entertain, but to help people out there, because man, today you're trying to figure out how to budget your money and finances and how you can know what's really true. And for instance, the local election that just went out there, a lot of maybe misinformation, and you guys will be correlating some of that into your show as well.
You bet, you bet.
And I suspect you'll probably see some familiar faces that we'll have on every once in a while that we'll talk about to kind of help highlight some of the things that we'll talk about and different things. So I'm super looking forward to this, and the fact that I know it's going to be fun for us, but I think it's going to be fun for everybody else that gets to watch.
I know I'm excited. It's always good when you guys get to come on What's Burnin' and get to share some of your insight, and now we're going to get that on a more regular basis. Where will people be able to find this podcast at?
We will actually have a web page for TNT, but you're going to be able to find it on the professor's website. You'll be able to find it on SRG Financial Advisors website.
And plug those for me, would you? Because I know that True History is big with podcasts and a lot of great content. So
TrueHistoryProfessor.com is
TrueHistoryProfessor.com. And then, of course, SRG Financial Advisors.
SRGFinancialadvisors.com, yes.
Perfect. You can go there, see all of the teasers and stuff. Guys, I'm so excited about this, and as this grows, we'll have you guys back on this show, back on Cup of Coffee, and I guarantee you can see some teasers on Lake TV throughout the day as well.
Well, we're going to want to drag you on the show with us sometime as well.
I would be honored. I don't want to scare away some of your viewers, but I would be excited to come on and learn from you guys.
Yeah, we'd love to have you as show and tell.
All right, well, I will look forward to it. Professor Jim Paisley, Bill Lacasse from SRG Financial Advisors. We'll be back on What's Burnin' right after this.
While the financial services industry for years has focused on products, pricing, and performance, or things we refer to at SRG as the how, our focus for our clients has always been around their why. And without fail, over all these years, those whys have centered around family, occupation, and recreation. Think legacy issues, retirement, or achieving a work optional lifestyle, and checking off those important things on that recreational bucket list. Our foundational approach remains a focus on the things that matter most to our clients and the things that together we can control. And where those two things overlap, that's where we live and work every day. That's SRG Financial and the Mile Marker Formula.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. We think it's hot stuff when things cool down. We spring into action when things start warming up. Of course, summer is one big, huge shootout on Lake TV. and we fall in love all over again when autumn rolls around. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
And welcome back to What's Burnin' here on Lake TV. I'm Chris Schneider, and we've got a familiar face here. It's DJ Kyle, man. You've been one of the coolest guys I have known since moving to the lake a few years ago. We've gotten to do some Lake TV events like Sing Your Heart Out together. And I've seen you on stage singing with the Eyeberries.
Yep.
You're kind of a local superstar.
Oh, now I tell you what, I enjoy the lake area and everything that it has to offer, and I just love the lake people. So to be able to be involved in that in such a public way, being out at the restaurants and out at the bars and DJing and playing their favorite songs and letting them karaoke, and then also on top of that doing the Eyeberry shows and having people come out and just celebrate and enjoy life with us. I enjoy that.
Absolutely. And we love DJ Kyle so much. We have asked him if he would come on and do more with us on Lake TV, and miraculously you said sure, man. So it's awesome. So we're kind of getting to know DJ Kyle a little bit better here. So are you a lake guy? Were you born and raised here, or did you move in from somewhere?
Well, I was born and raised in South Central Illinois and moved here when I was in high school. So I've lived here long enough to say that this is for sure my home. But I started DJing when I was 10 years old. Back in Illinois. And
how do you start DJing when you're 10 years old?
One of my friends, she was having a 9-year-old birthday party, and she said, well, my mom won't hire a DJ. She won't pay for a DJ. Me being 10 years old, and I had my little Sony stereo system with the 2 little speakers on the side, I said, I think I could DJ that. And so my voice was even higher back then
of course,
than it is now. But we went and DJ'd it, me and my 2 friends, and at the end, her mom came out and paid us $30. And so I thought, boy, you can get paid to do this?
Wow.
This sounds like a great idea. So the rest is history.
It was in your blood from the beginning, wasn't
it? Yeah, it really was.
And it's funny, it's a natural thing for entertainers. It literally is like in your genes, in your blood, just to be able to do that. And if you can't do that, something's wrong with life, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten out of the entertainment business and just knew you had to get back in?
Yeah, I actually did. I sold my DJ equipment years ago, and I thought, I think I'm done with this. So I sold all my equipment and stopped DJing. Of course, got calls all the time. Well, will you DJ my wedding? Well, I don't have any equipment. Well, if we can rent you some equipment. So then I just kept kind of getting back into it and was renting equipment and stuff. And then I thought, well, I got to get back into this again, because I just enjoy being a part of people's memories of, their wedding day or, whatever it is that I'm DJing. Here at Lake of the Ozarks, I see families come down. Oh, the first week in July, I know that this family from Chicago is going to be here, and they're going to come and karaoke, and we're going to make some more memories this year too. So, it's really neat to see.
That is absolutely amazing, and something I didn't know about you. I mean, obviously I knew you were DJ Kyle out at restaurants and bars and events and doing all that. But I didn't know you had been a DJ on the radio too.
Yeah.
So you've done that on the air, off the air, everything. So where were you a DJ on the radio?
I DJ'd at Spirit FM in Camdenton as a Christian radio station, and I was there for 13 years. I did the morning show. I did a Saturday night show. I did afternoons and evenings and request shows, and did a lot of editing and stuff behind the scenes. So I really enjoyed that, but I really loved when I would get to go out and be, do live remotes and stuff where I could see the people. In radio, you're just talking to a microphone. So It was fun to get out and see all the people. So that's when my, mobile DJ career really kind of sprung forward, because I just enjoyed being out there and in the middle of everyone.
Yeah, it's a big difference when you're on the air in radio or even television. You don't have the one-to-one interaction with the people, but when you're DJ Kyle, you're out there with them. You see them, you talk to them, and that's pretty amazing. So you're, I mean, a multi-talented guy because you do the DJ stuff and you've been on radio, you're on television right now, and you're great at all of that. But what's even more amazing to me is that you're a singer. I heard somebody say they've done polls of what scares people the most, and for the longest time they said it was speaking in public. But then they realized actually there's something even scarier than that, and that's singing in public. But you do it, you're a part of the Iberries, you do it all the time. Have you always been a singer too?
No, not really. I used to just sing, you know, at my house, or when I would DJ, I'm behind the booth and I would just kind of sing along to the song. But I never really wanted to sing and be out, you know, just vocals out there. And so I was in a band just playing some drums for a long time when I was in college. And then when Roger started the Iberries, he came to me and said, I heard you sing some karaoke. And I was like, well, that's just me singing karaoke. I'm not like trying, you know, singing on a big stage.
I'm not doing an audition here.
Yeah,
you know.
and he said, I want you to be a part of the Iberries. And so really Roger kind of pushed me outside of my comfort zone and was like, I need you to take the lead on this song. And I really was scared about, you know, getting out and singing. Still am. Like there's always these nerves before we hit the stage of the Iberries, just kind of, okay, all right. You know, I want everyone to really enjoy their experience while they're at that show. You know, I want them to leave going, that was a real fun time. Like I got to dance and sing along to songs that I never even knew the lyrics to, but you know, like that's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy being that, just getting in touch with yourself and just enjoying life and having a good time.
Yeah,
so.
And you get to do that. I say get to do that. Sometimes it probably wears you out and gets tired, but
sometimes.
I mean, night after night after night, you're doing gigs. And being DJ Kyle and working all of these venues, I mean, you probably work just about every venue there is at the Lake of the Ozarks. You know where everything is, right?
Yep.
I mean, you know all the back roads, I'm guessing, and all that good stuff, which is kind of cool because you've seen more of the lake than most people.
Yeah. I mean, I do get around. I love to, like I said, I love to play a lot of these shows. And I also like those ones that, you know, those places that have me back year after year, just because I get to see the same crew that, like I said, the same crew that comes down the first week in July or whatever, you know, so it's neat to kind of see them and see everyone kind of grow up over the years, and they're like, guess what, so-and-so got married this last year, so I feel like I'm almost a part of their family as well.
At that point you're going, oh man, I'm getting old, right? Yeah. And then one thing a lot of people don't know about you, but you are an animal lover. You and Shay, your intended, and you guys have a farm, a working farm.
Yeah.
So you do the DJing stuff, and you're on TV, and you're milking cows, and you're doing all that.
So for the people that know me, and I know myself, and I would have thought there's no way I would ever live on a farm, but we have about 19 acres real close to Camdenton, and I get out and we have horses and ducks and chickens and donkeys and cows and pigs and goats and a little bit of everything, but it's so fun. I really enjoy the time with the farm animals. So
that is so cool. We love him. It's DJ Kyle, and he's joined us here on Lake TV, and so you're going to see a whole lot more of him. We thought it would be fun to get to know DJ Kyle a little bit, and we'll get to know him a lot more over the next few months and years. So thank you, brother. Appreciate it. And
Thank you.
Look forward to working with you. So coming up next, we've got another DJ joining us, one of his buddies. It's DJ Jody Rhew, Kansas City Chiefs DJ extraordinaire. So don't go anywhere. You're watching Lake TV's What's Burnin'.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, Trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
There's a new radio station at the lake, a radio station that's geared towards the community, a radio station where you can have a hand in what we do. Welcome to Key Radio, a community-based radio station that invites you to be a part of the solution. We encourage you to become a content creator. That's right, you provide the content. Listen in at 89.3 or online at keyradio.live. To find out more about becoming a content creator, call 573-280-0532.
On this week's Cup of Coffee, a couple local high schools doing big things. Eldon in the Final Four, they take 4th place for volleyball, and the junior ROTC with Camdenton, national champions.
How about that? Papo celebrating 10 years already. Can you believe that?
That's wild. And leaves in the lake, do you throw them in, do you throw them out? Well, we'll tell you.
Absolutely, and you've got a great hometown hero again this week.
On this week's Cup of Coffee from Slumberland at the lake. All right, back in. We're going to keep this DJ theme going. We just talked with DJ Kyle Miller, got to know him a little bit, and now we got DJ Jody Rhew. And a lot of you guys know him from his time at Coconuts, probably his time down at High Tide and even the Encore. But guys doing some crazy things now. So I welcome to What's Burnin', my good man, DJ Jody Rhew. What's going on, man?
Man, just living the dream, literally.
Well, if you were following you on social media, you sure are. We're going to get right to it. So Black Beauty, this monstrosity of a vehicle. Now, if you guys haven't seen it, you got to go check out DJ Jody Rhew at Yo Favorite Asian. That's your handle on Instagram, right?
Yeah, yes.
And there's lots of video. We got some here. But tell us about this, because this has been a long time coming and really a dream of yours, correct?
Yeah, a vision board dream even. So Red Bull has event trucks as well, and that's where I got the idea. I was like, man, that'd be awesome. It was right before 2021, and I printed it off of, Google, and I was like, man, it'd be awesome to find something like this. I didn't know if I would. I was actually looking into buying a trailer that opened up into an event center, and it was a company out of St. Louis called Craftsman's, and they just so happened to design 2 of these black DJ mobile booths, and it was for a DJ in Europe, and he only shipped 1 overseas. And there was 1 just left there. So I named it Black Diamond because it literally was a diamond in the rough. It was in a big old corporate office, that had trailers everywhere, and it was just 1 truck. And it was exactly what I needed and wanted, and I customized it how I liked it, and that dream actually came true, it blew my mind. But if you're patient and you stay prayed up and you keep pushing, things will work for you.
Yeah, and that was, we don't have to give too many details, but that was a bit of a risk and a bit of a gamble, because with that, as a huge financial obligation, but you thought that would catapult you to that next level, and it really has. So before we get into the Kansas City Chiefs and Budweiser and this new hit single that I'm super excited to talk about, I want to look at your time and kind of your rise through the DJ realm, starting with Coconuts. Tell us a little bit about your time there and how you kind of got on the map, and everyone now knows DJ Jody Rhew.
Well, it's crazy because before I started DJing, all I would do is be the mic man, the hype man, the mood director, as I've been phrased. But I got my signature move, which was belly flopping off of everything in onesies, and that really separated me from everybody in the energy.
Wait, not just belly flopping in onesies. we gotta tell these people. I'm talking out of helicopters, off of stages.
To start Memorial Day weekend, a panda onesie in a purple helicopter.
Just you had no fear. I mean, off of sound equipment into pools. I mean, but you really set the tone. And talk about that experience, because you've always loved to motivate. You've always loved to encourage. You've always loved to inspire others. But you really caught fire in that environment at Coconuts, where the people were kind of mesmerized, you got them energized. So talk about that and that time at Coconuts, kind of what that did for the personality of DJ Jody Rhew.
The breaking of the ice was, I made sure that every time I got in that pool, I would work 6-7 days a week, and every time I got in that pool, I made a point to go and shake somebody's hand and hug every neck in that pool, to where it became a family reunion every year. And it allowed me to inspire other people you might have a crazy dream, but you can accomplish that dream if you don't have fear, and if you surround yourself around good people. So it allowed me to actually develop a stage presence and And it really did make people say, you know what, I don't got to worry about all the stress I'm dealing with back home. Yeah. I'm at the lake right now. It's time to have fun, let loose. And it let me grow into who I am now, for sure.
And what I always loved was if you go to a venue that Jody Rhew was at, everyone there, they wanted to talk to Jody Rhew. They wanted to take a picture of Jody Rhew. I always felt special because if I went there, you'd always make a point to come see me and give me a hug. And I thought I was special, but you're like that with everybody. Everybody at a venue that you've seen one time, you try to remember their name, where they're from, something important about them, and you go engage with them. And I think it's why people flock to you, because we want to be made to feel important. And you make that important in I wouldn't say it's an act, because it's not, but in what you do as a profession, that's really what you do. You make people feel special. You make them feel important.
Man, I just did a wedding in Milwaukee, and the bride's dad said the exact same thing. He's like, you don't know a stranger. You don't know a color. You don't know an ethnicity or nothing. You treat everybody the same. And my grandpa always said, never know a stranger. Always try to make someone smile, and everything's gonna work out. And I just live with that mentality. I want to bring people together.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And it's worked. So we have Black Diamond, now nowhere full time. And so nowadays, might be wondering what Jody Rhew's doing. Well, you're gonna find him at Arrowhead Stadium. Tell us about the gig and how that's kind of worked out for you.
So the truck definitely was the thing that separated me from every other DJ that possibly could have got that gig. There's a new regional manager for Bud Light. They wanted something new and hip and change up the energy and vibe. They used to have a bar that had a DJ booth on top of it. And I remember seeing this about 6-7 years ago. And I was like, man, I want to be that DJ. I want to be that guy. I want to be hyping this up. And to see that unfold, and every year I ask my buddy that works in KC, get me a meeting with that guy or whoever I need to talk to. They're going to hire me. My dad always said, I could sell socks to a dead man.
Yeah.
So if, awesome. You got to ask for the money. You got to be a bulldog, you know? So it actually came true, and I got that opportunity. Black Diamond, and she's out there shining now in the
every Sunday or whatever day that tailgate at Arrowhead starts.
Every home game for all the Chiefs, games this season, and then going into playoffs too. So there's a lot more momentum that we have to keep. We just got to keep winning.
So you're kind of officially now part of the Chiefs family, because you're part of that overall experience. No one tailgates like Chiefs Nation. Get there early. You're going to see Jody Rhew, and so that leads me to what I'm super excited about. We Dem Chiefs. Ooh. Of course, we know Tech Nine's Chiefs song. Everyone loves that. But when I heard this song, it had a little bit of a beat to it, man. It kind of got me going. So tell us about how this came to fruition and what your vision is for this song.
So I had my management team talk to me. Once they found out that I landed the deal with Bud Light and the Chiefs, he's like, you need to write a Chiefs song, a pep rally song or something. And my best friends, Jeff James and Pharrell Rogers, they produce music, and they've actually worked with Tech Nine and did big things and toured with him. And I was like, I reached out to my brothers. I was like, hey, help me make a beat. And we incorporated, the elements of the song to where everybody can sing along to it. And it's telling them what we're doing. We're going after this ring again. Yeah. It's trying to get this trophy back. I know you're not too happy about it, because I'm going to have to probably see you in the AFC Championship against the Bills. I'm
good with them. Big Mahomes, big Chiefs guy first. I'm Bills guy first, but it won't hurt my feelings if Mahomes and the Chiefs Nation can raise the number. And I saw McCall Hardman, he was beaten to your song. I saw he had liked your song on Spotify, I believe. But listen, before we let everyone watching listen to this song as we let you go, tell us where you're going to be at coming up. Of course, the Chiefs got home games, and that's the only place really we can see you, right?
Yep. So this Sunday coming up the 13th is the next home game against the Jaguars. It's a noon game. I actually, on my Facebook and all my social media, I'm going to be putting up an Eventbrite link, because they want to make it the hardest ticket to get into. And they're like, they can't just come up and say they know the DJ, because everybody knows Jody Rhew. That's what they say. But
that's got me in a lot of places around the lake, just so you know.
It works though, definitely. Hey, it's all about who you know, not what you know. But I've been very blessed with the amount of people that have came to support, and every tailgate since I've started has been sold out, and the energy's been on another level. So I'm very grateful for that. So yeah, make sure to go to my page, and I'll have a link there later this week for everybody to be able to get a chance to get a ticket in there. So
man, I thank you for your time. I know how busy you are, so thanks for coming to us and showing off. And as we go to break here, make sure you get a chance to listen. We're gonna let them listen. Jody Rhew, keep doing your thing. We'll see you at Arrowhead, my friend.
Appreciate you.
We'll be back on What's Burnin' after you get a little listen to this upcoming hit.
Mahomes and Andy Reid, lacing up the cleats. We ballin' with the team. We them Chiefs, we them Chiefs, we them Chiefs. We them Chiefs, we them Chiefs, we them Chiefs. Red and yellow, know I brought the kingdom with me. And everywhere we go, we always rep the city. We them Chiefs, we them Chiefs, we them Chiefs.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
That's refreshing.
Yeah, crisp, refreshing, and delicious. Culligan, Lake of the Ozarks, the official bottled water of What's Burnin'. And before we go for this week, big thank you to all of our guests, Bill Lacasse, Jim Paisley, DJ Jody Rhew, DJ Kyle Miller, and of course, Jenny Brinkman. A great week right here on What's Burnin'. Big shout out to our sponsors. Told you about Culligan. But SRG, we got to talk with Bill. Yep. I'm telling you, they made my life so much easier. You need to go see them over there. Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at Lake of the Ozarks for 34 years strong. And of course, the official veterinary of Lake TV. Our veterinary bringing us another great Furry Friends. Of course, they do that donation in our football where we're giving away spay and neuters. They are as good as it gets. And I did want to say before we go, Culligan Lake of the Ozarks, not just bottled water, but they've got that machine at my house. And I did not realize how much we'd use it, the hot and cold water dispenser. Yep. Man, that's great. They also do hot and cold water softeners and water pellet system and all of those good things. So give them a call. And I'm telling you what, over the next couple of weeks right here on What's Burnin', we have some great shows for you. And that's not the only thing happening on Lake TV. Big time matchup Friday night, Camdenton, Lebanon, district championship game. And then as always, Chris, another great guest in the Community Spotlight show.
We've got Amy Lovig, Hope House. We learn all about that. We've also got Dr. Whitney Klein from COMC coming on to tell us about their pediatrics program. So a lot of great stuff on the Spotlight show too.
So we thank you guys for watching this week's edition of What's Burnin' on Lake TV. Big shout out to Megan Albers for helping us out as always. Until next week, goodbye and God bless.